the red carpet of Kevin Costner with everybody from Horizon, an American Saga, a film which was released on the 3rd of July in France, the first opus of a saga. The film coming out on the 3rd of July, so it's the story of the birth of America following the American Civil War. They're all there. Kevin Costner, the actor from The Untouchables, The Bodyguard, but the king of the Western was Silverado, Wyatt Earp, and Dances with Wolves. How many Oscars for Dances with Wolves? 6 or 7, though. I'm wondering if it's not 9. Maybe. As well, the actor of Robin Hood, from Kevin Reynolds. 7 Oscars. Yes, I wasn't far off. A great crew. Sienna Miller. Luke Wilson there at the end. His son, Wase Costner. Isabelle Fuhrman. Isabelle Hunt. Abbey Lee. We can hear the music from the film. A lot of anecdotes about Kevin Costner, and that he had a career in country music. He's the grandson of somebody who was half Cherokee, so hence the attention he pays to Native Americans. And if we saw Oliver Stone earlier on, of course, he was in JFK on Kennedy. Director of the director's cut. Kevin Costner, who began as a bus driver, and he drove people around to see the homes of Hollywood stars. Sienna Miller. So do you know why he refused a role in Platoon? Yes, I think I do, because he was a Democrat and he didn't want to because it criticized the army. But why? Because his brother was a Vietnam veteran and he thought that Platoon, the script, gave a negative aspect of the American soldiers in Vietnam, and he didn't want to insult his brother. So you can be democratic and for the war in Vietnam, but his favorite genre is the Western. He's directed Westerns, he's acted in a lot of Westerns. Actors with Wolves, rated as the most inspiring, 59th for the most inspiring films of all time by the American Film Institute. Another anecdote, who's his favorite actor? We said it for Ben Whishaw, is James Stewart. And why? Because he was in Westerns. It's the James Stewart of the Westerns, not the one of Hitchcock. Yeah, of course it was Vertigo, the favorite film of James Whishaw from Hitchcock. So what's he got? It's not a rose on his lapel there, but he has, because Kevin Costner was decorated Knight of Arts and Letters, and he has got his decoration for the red carpet of the greatest film festival in the world. And Sienna Miller, his lead actress. It's an ensemble film. And so it's an ensemble film. The Lost City of Z, James Gray, Sienna Miller, of course. And she is, of course, right by him there. And he found it difficult to finance the project. He had to mortgage his house, like another director we saw here who is in competition, Francis Ford Coppola, who spent more than 130 million for Megalopolis to be made. and the gestation was almost as long. So 30 years here and 40 years for Megalopolis, for Coppola. That shows how important this project was for him. And so it's an American anecdote. He says nobody wanted to finance the first film, and so I all of a sudden had the brilliant idea of making 3 more. Yeah, so I had a genius idea. The second film has been shot already. It will be released in the US 2 months after the first. But the third one hasn't yet gone into production. Blood and dust in this saga, in this Western. The point of view on Native Americans and indigenous peoples and First Nations, a new vision. Yeah, there is a storyline which is interesting on the disagreements between the Native American tribes and whether they should accept the settlers or fight against them. And Kevin Costner shows this. I'm much less of a specialist than he is on America, but very classy Kevin Costner. The team from the film being greeted by the team from the festival. How many steps are there, do you know? I think there's 24. Why 24 and not 25? Related to the cinema, 24 images per second. So a bit like Richard Gere, these actors, Richard Gere, who came up the steps yesterday, another classy actor, grey hair, but they're still very classy. Class in Cannes. Grey hair is very classy. I like it when you talk about me like that, Victor. So The Untouchables, of course, actor Brian De Palma, Robin Hood's, JFK, Oliver Stone, the king of the Western. He loves Westerns, and he's been in a number. He's even directed a Western, which was Dances with Wolves, which renewed the genre. He was a fashion model too. He's been compared to Gary Cooper quite a lot, Kevin Costner. And he's the one of only a few directors who have gone behind the camera and won an Oscar. People like Richard Attenborough, Mel Gibson, Clint Eastwood, Warren Beatty, Robert Redford, even though they're better known as actors. So The Bodyguard, of course, with Whitney Houston, in which he played the bodyguard of a famous singer, played by Whitney Houston. So this is the music from the film, or it's a song by Kevin Costner, because there is a country group. What's the group called? The group I mentioned earlier on. Now you forget everything I tell you. Kevin Costner and the Modern West. Under the influence of his wife Christy, who he married in 2004, he went into a country rock country group. A lot of actors and directors play music. Maybe I could do a quiz. Who hasn't sung? Marion Cotillard, Scarlett Johansson, Elise Moon. Well, it's a trap because they've all sung. Yes, well done. You can see them coming now. Yeah, so Kevin Costner going into the Festival Palace, the screening about to begin with his son. Coppola as well was in a family. Yeah, Dances with Wolves. Yes, going up the red carpet with his children. It must be a wonderful moment. So we're going to see them coming in. What a welcome. Yes, so the master of the Western, what reception will he get? Suspense.
Mesdames et messieurs, Kevin Costner.
So the theatre is packed out for a real show. So have a great evening on TV Festival.